So, March 13th, I got some news for you guys today that I thought you might be interested in. Number one, Elon Musk's exploding rocket ship, the second one this year alone. Did you guys know that because it took place off the coast of Florida, that the major airports had to halt all incoming and outgoing flights? We're talking about from Fort Lauderdale Airport, Miami, Orlando airports. So my question is, how much did Elon Musk cost Americans? I mean, our flights had to be diverted or canceled. How much did it cost Americans? I'd also like to know how many Trump supporters were on their flights that were canceled and what their thoughts are about that. Yeah. One of my mutuals made a TikTok explaining the Peter principle. The Peter principle is the concept that an organization, the quality and success of an organization only reaches the level of your most incompetent leaders running the organization. And we're looking at the Peter principle every day with this Trump administration. I kid you not. The second bit of news is that the Girl Scouts continue to be under attack. A lawsuit was filed against them, claiming that the Girl Scouts are selling unhealthy cookies that contain heavy metals and some other ingredient that's actually used in fertilizers that are put on agricultural fields that end up in all our food, because everything starts from the ground, right? They're suing, and Joe Rogan got in on the action to harm the Girl Scouts. And part of what I do is food industry inspections. I know all about this. The FDA has guidelines, actually requirements, that food has to continually be tested. And all of these particulates and heavy metals and everything like this must be below this threshold and to be considered safe. So the cookie manufacturers that Girl Scouts contracts with, they're superior. They've never had any violations. Their cookies constantly test in the safe range for all these ingredients. But the lawsuit was filed anyway. And it's based off of the plaintiffs sending the cookies. It would be the same as us wanting to do some kind of testing on our bodies, and we're sent an in-home test kit to like poke our blood and send it back in. It wasn't a reputable lab. These were not credible test results. They weren't peer reviewed. It was that kind of shabby assessment. But the whole goal was just to hurt the Girl Scouts. And you want to know why that's the goal, is because the plaintiffs are part of an offshoot of Moms for Liberty. Yeah, they're your white evangelical nationalists. And why are they all trying to harm the Girl Scouts? Because the Girl Scouts are pro-woman. They're pro-girl. They're pro-girl leaders. And they're inclusive. That includes transgender girls. And the Girl Scouts International donates money to organizations around the world. And some of these organizations set up medical clinics in the most depressed, impoverished areas of the world. And they offer reproductive health care as part of those services. And because the Girl Scouts fund organizations that help keep impoverished girls healthy, they're trying to get Girl Scouts shut down. They're trying to hurt the Girl Scouts with this ridiculous claim. What's funny is in the lawsuit, it says this is in violation of our consumer protection laws. Well, no, it's not. The Girl Scouts are going to prevail. They will prevail. This will be dismissed pretty quickly, but not before the damage is done. But what's funny is that these plaintiffs that are part of Moms for Liberty are supporting an administration that just cut the consumer protection department. I mean, I kid you not. I kid you. Peter principle. Remember this, Peter principle. And they talk about all of these things being in the cookies that are in every single food when we open our cupboards, because it's applied in fertilizers, it's applied in pesticides. Farmers use these products, and that's why they end up in our food. Okay? But they're supporting an administration that wants to cut all these regulations so that a lot more of this stuff is going to end up in our food. Peter principle. So Joe Rogan's in on the action, trying to take down the Girl Scouts. Another piece of news for the Girl Scouts. You guys remember Mark Robin, the black candidate running for governor, I think in North Carolina, right? MAGA called him MAGA's Great Black Hope. The guy that the porn store owner said he'd come in every day and purchase previews for at least 2 videos before he'd rent out a bunch, and they were a lot of gay videos. This is the black MAGA guy who spent his time trying to get LGBTQ removed from public schools, right? Well, him and his wife stiffed the Girl Scouts $3,000 last fall. They bought the cookies and they wrote a bad check. This is the family values, guys. The Peter principle within a family, I guess. A family is only as strong as the idiots that run it. And these are the family values of the Republican Party. Peter principle at play. So if you want to help the Girl Scouts, go buy their cookies, find out where they're selling them. And if nobody's selling them near you, go to the Girl Scouts website, their international website or their national website, and donate. Just throw them $10. You can donate to help build strong girl leaders. And you probably all know girls that are in the Girl Scouts. So this is a great time for these girls to learn how dangerous this white Christian nationalist movement, part of Project 2025, Moms for Liberty types are. This is a great time at their young age to hear the idiocy and dangers of this whole movement trying to take away these young girls' rights to be leaders. So there you go.